Welcome, comic book fans, to another episode of Slideshow Reviews, hosted by Geekality. It's January 2014, and this is Episode 7. This is a loaded week for Slideshow Reviews with a whopping 11 titles. So strap your butts to a chair because you're not going anywhere for the next 20 minutes, as I hit you up with back-to-back episodes. That's right, mind it is blown. First up is Dave Issue 2 from Monkey Brain Comics. Dave is a full-on adult sci-fi comedy with hilariously bizarre humor. It's good. It's 2000 AD good. Anyone who's a fan of the British anthology will love Dave, a one-time robot warrior going through a midlife crisis, and the hell-on-earth son he's got driving him up the wall. If there was ever a mascot for robot abortion, it's his boy Scotty. The funny script wasn't the only draw of this issue. While I dislike his colors, Valentine Ramon's illustrations just evoked so many memories of 2000 AD and its comical depictions of bizarre sci-fi characters. The way he seems to convey so much mood through the posture of each character, I just love the look of this comic book. Something else that was great about this comic was the letters page. Now normally I gloss over the letters page because they tend to be pretty boring. I love your comic, or I want to create a comic like yours someday, standard boring fan mail. But this letters page was as funny as the issue itself. From the comical questions about how robots bump uglies, to writer Ryan Ferreira's loving phrase to describe Scotty, this letters page is not one to be missed. Everything about this issue was worth the cover price. I mean, it's not like I bought it because I get a free review copy, but still, you know what I mean. From the funny script to the illustrations that just tap into my 2000 AD nostalgia, Dave is worth a look for any comic book fan. I'm not sure I'm committed to the series just yet. I want to see how issue 3 goes first, but I do recommend people giving issue 2 a try. And I personally will be going back to check out issue 1. Dave issue 2 gets a try. Quantum and Woody issue 7 from Valiant Comics. I wanted to like Quantum and Woody. I really did. But this was just terrible. First off, the Southern Hicks as inbred gun-toting separatist is funny, but cliche at this point. So if you're going that route, you better be creative with it, and writer James Asmus just wasn't. Every line coming from the religious fanatics in this issue has been read or heard 1,000 times in other stories, where they've been mostly done better. The story skips between scenes, with captions stating the obvious, in a haphazard Robert Rodriguez grindhouse fashion. Attempts at humor fall short of the mark. There's no real action or build-up of excitement. There's just nothing to like about the story here except for some one-liners. Main Doyle's illustrations were as bad as the script. As anyone that's listened to Slideshow Reviews before knows, I prefer more detailed illustrative styles. But this is just terrible regardless of anyone's taste. The sketchy line art and overly simplistic colors just add nothing to this issue. Honestly, I've seen better work on the internet in places like DeviantArt. The only thing that I enjoyed were the few promotional images from Archer and Armstrong at the end of this issue. A very poor entry into a normally quite strong lineup from Valiant Comics. Can't recommend this issue or the series. A pass. Miss Fury issue 8 from Dynamite Entertainment. Having read the last issue, I'm really becoming a fan of this series, in large part due to all the wonderful eye candy. The dialogue continues to be the weakness of this series. The titular character continues to talk like she's a horny frat boy instead of a strong, intelligent adult woman. A cloaked time machine hovers over New York City like the ship from Independence Day, and all Miss Fury can talk about is whether or not she'd like orgies, while saying lines like crap on a stick. What kind of Jersey Shore whore talks like that? No woman I know, that's for sure. I know plenty of guys that talk like that, but no women. Plenty of action, sci-fi elements, a visit from a ghost, and beautiful drawings and coloring make this worth picking up for action junkies. Though I must say the pair of Jack Herbert and Yvonne Noon seem a bit off in this issue. Their work in the previous issue was far superior. Still, the comic looks great. So once again, the draw of Miss Fury is the artwork. The story is full of action and all, but the dialogue is just a mood killer. The same issues with the last installment apply. Adult content and a sexist approach to Miss Fury warrant warnings to parents and women looking for a strong female protagonist. You won't find what you're looking for here. For everyone else, the artwork and action create enough of a potent mix to warrant picking up this issue, though I still can't recommend picking up the series just yet. Miss Fury issue 8 gets a try. Unfortunately, up next is Jennifer Blood issue 35. How the hell did this thing reach 35 issues? Jennifer Blood is still Kill Bill, only dumbed down. A fetish for lovers of gore. That's an issue with the concept though. The writing for this issue was actually pretty good. Writer Mike Carroll is supremely better than Al Ewing, who might be one of the worst writers I have ever had the displeasure of reviewing. Mike Carroll's dialogue was everything Al Ewing's was not. It was intelligent, laced with emotion, and above all, realistic. With one of the dumbest concepts in comics, Mike actually made this issue readable, which is quite the feat. As usual with Jennifer Blood, the covers are much, much better than the interiors. The colors are bland and remind me of work from Chaos Comics back in the 90s, and the illustrations are not worth mentioning. While Mike did a commendable job writing this issue, and I look forward to seeing more of his work on another title, I just can't recommend this comic to anyone. Save your hard-earned cash and give something else a try. Jennifer Blood issue 35 gets a pass. Warlord of Mars issue 32 by Dynamite Entertainment is a fun sci-fi action-adventure filled with gorgeous people. Lots to like for comic book fans. Issue 32 hits a bit of a lull in the series as writer Arvin Nelson sets events up for the next issue and tries to answer some lingering plot questions. Naturally, this makes this issue a bad jumping-on point for new readers, but Nelson does a good job filling readers in through the natural flow of the narrative and the dialogue to help new readers grasp what's going on without the need for a quick recap of past events. Illustrator Wagner Rise does a good job bringing to life the beautiful people of Mars, though his style might not please some fans who may deem it a bit cartoonish. His facial expressions are a bit off at times as well. Still, he does a wonderful job with female anatomy and the action sequences. His work is certainly not a weakness of this issue. The colors are a bit off as the shades of red, the Martian skin color, seems to change from panel to panel, but overall the work was enjoyable. This was a fun read and I recommend fans give the issue a try. I can't recommend the series just yet, and most comic fans might not be into this type of fiction, but I'd advise people with a little extra cash to at least give an issue a try. Warlord of Mars issue 32 gets a try. Well, that's it for episode 7. Go ahead and check out episode 8 as I have another 6 titles waiting for you there. See you then.